Jeff Packer here, and no, this is not an old man filter. It's just me, looking old. Do we have a young man filter we could put on?
I think the sweater, truthfully, isn't helping that, though.
What are you saying about my sweater? I am hearing a lot from people. Are we in a real estate bubble that is about to burst because of what we're seeing in the real estate market right now? So I figured I'd tackle that question with this market update. A lot of people are seeing prices skyrocketing. Heck, we just sold 2 houses this weekend, one 40,000 over asking, one 50,000 over asking. So I could totally understand people being concerned about whether this is just an unrealistic skyrocketing of prices that's gonna lead to a bubble bursting. Again, because of the most recent history, everybody is relating it to what happened when the subprime market crashed in 2008. So let me address some realities that we're dealing with. The basic microeconomics of this deal is supply and demand. And we have a ever shrinking supply of available homes for sale. I'm gonna address the why, but we also have an ever increasing demand for homes to be purchased, and I'll also express the why there. But as a result of those things being the way they are right now, everything is pointing towards the fact that this market is gonna continue to get stronger and stronger, and we are not going to see a change in the market, at least in the immediate future. Immediate future being the next probably 1 to 2 years, maybe even 3. So let's address what's going on in the marketplace as far as supply and demand. So when we look at supply, we look at the fact that there's just not a lot of homes hitting the market. Well, why is there not a lot of homes hitting the market? Well, 50% of Americans are still, rightfully so, concerned about what's going on with the global pandemic and are avoiding listing their home for sale. And why are they avoiding listing their home for sale? Well, they're avoiding listing their home for sale because they're not comfortable having people walk through their home when the coronavirus is still very active and being, passed from person to person. And so because of that, we've got people that are not putting their home up for sale. We also have a huge group of people that would like to sell their home, but they need to sell their home before they can buy a home. Well, the problem is that with the low inventory, they're not comfortable putting their home up for sale unless they find or see that there's a plethora of homes for them to choose from, because they don't want to be homeless. And so that's keeping people at bay. That group is potentially then going to go look at new construction. Well, with the skyrocketing of new construction prices because of building materials and things like that going up in price, then that is pricing people out from being able to even work with builders right now. And so all of this is impacting our shortage of supply on the market right now. Then you look at demand. Well, interest rates are still at 3% or even in some cases less, depending on the week that you're looking at, depending on whether you're doing a 15-year or 30-year mortgage, or depending on your credit score. All of those things impact that. But at the end of the day, these are historical low rates. So that is causing a lot of buyers to want to get into the market. The other thing we're seeing is that Americans have more savings in the bank at this point in time of recording this video than the previous at least decade. And so when you have more savings, you have the ability to go and purchase homes where there were people who weren't able to purchase homes before. Well, why do they have this savings? Well, because of coronavirus, they weren't going out to restaurants and entertainment venues and things like that. They were saving their money because they couldn't spend it. And then on top of that, the stimulus money that they've been receiving, all of that has led to an increase in their savings and thus the ability to actually purchase a home right now. And so all of these things are contributing to this increase in demand that's out there. Besides that, we've just had natural population growth. So there's more households being created every year than there is enough households or housing starts to replace the households being created. But the need for people to buy housing is growing at a faster rate than we're able to build the houses to house them in. And so all of this continues to point to the fact that we have a shortage of inventory, we have an increase in demand, and when supply is low and demand is high, we're gonna see prices continue to go up. And that's exactly what we're seeing. The competition in the marketplace is fierce. It's probably the fiercest I've seen it in the 16 years that I've been doing real estate. So what's that mean for you guys listening to this market update? It means if you're like even remotely thinking of selling your home, call us ASAP, because right now is the best time I've ever seen in the market to sell a home. Like I said at the beginning of the video, we had one client this weekend that sold their house for $50,000 over our asking price. And we had another client that sold it for $40,000 over their asking price. I've never seen the market that we're seeing right now as far as how competitive it is. If you're thinking of buying a home, trust me when I say you need a buyer's agent that is very skilled in today's market to help you along that journey. And I am proud of our team here at the Packer Group. We have very well skilled buyer's agents that can help you. So that is our market update this month. I know it's a little bit long-winded, but there's lots of details. And trust me when I say we are not in a bubble right now that is about to burst. We are going to continue to see this thing go up for another 2 to 3 years. We'll see in the next 2 to 3 years if things start shifting and changing. But right now, if you're thinking about selling a home, let's talk. And if you are thinking about buying, you're going to get into a very, very tough situation, but we are equipped here to help you. Remember, at the Packer Group, we want to welcome you home.